Now this is going to be another video of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, which I have recently completed. As you can also see, I've recently completed the upgrade from Windows 8.1 Pro to Windows 10 Pro, and personally it feels barely any different, which is hardly surprising. I think it looks like a sort of hybrid between Windows 8 and Windows Vista, which I have no problem with whatsoever. Anyway, this is not about Windows 10, this is about, what the fuck's all that about? I don't want that appearing on the fucking, there, right. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Knights of the Old Republic 2 not working on Windows 10. However, you've seen that this is a Windows 10 machine. That save is, well, you may be able to make it out in the picture there. It's me approaching Darth Traya in the Traya's Core Malachor V, which is the final battle. But I saved another game here, where I am on board the Ravager, which is the ship that Darth Nihilus is on. And I thought the battle with Darth Nihilus was quite impressive, so let's show you how I got along here. Notice all of his slaves here. Yeah, they don't just look half dead.
He doesn't understand. He thinks he can survive it.
Not a good idea. Right, we use the good old reliable Force Storm. Start using his quite often, but I can use it as well. Fuck it, okay. I was just about to say, I'm losing a lot more strength than I thought.
Is too powerful. I will try.
Now I need to do some serious healing. Darth Nihilus, not exactly a big challenge.
What the hell are you doing up there? We need to get off this ship, now!
Now, bearing in mind he's just told me to essentially hurry up.
I have to see with the Force and my eyes.
I'll have the mask. That helps my force points.
I saw a graveyard world, surrounded by a fleet of dead ships. I felt it through him, as I feel it through you. You are my master now, and I will follow wherever your path takes you. My path is at an end.
If you chose the first option of the lot that I just had there, you ask her something along the lines of what did he look like. She says, I saw a man, nothing more. So anyway.
Canderous, are you alright?
Get away from me. I don't need your help. Just leave me here.
Canderous, the Force lies in all living things. I have watched my people die. You will survive. You have no choice. You have been wounded before and lived, Mandalorian. Rise. Many battles do you still have left in you.
You sound like Revan at the end.
Yes, Mandalore is Canderous Ordo from the first KOTOR.
As I lay dying on the Outer Rim, that the Mandalorian Wars were our doom, and that we had been deceived, that it had never been our decision to wage war on the Republic. Revan said the Mandalorians didn't invade the Republic space 10 years ago because it was our choice. We were tricked. Our entire people sacrificed as pawns, and never knew it. He said there was a war coming, and it was waiting out in the unknown regions, in the dark, waiting for us to destroy each other.
You almost sounded like Bayo Dur there.
No, not this one. Another one. More terrible. Against an evil we couldn't begin to comprehend. A war of belief.
Now, bearing in mind, he's told us that we've got to get off this ship fast.
Went off to fight it.
And left you here.
Revan was one of the greatest military leaders in the galaxy, in history. He had no use for a people who had already been beaten once. He said the time of the Mandalorians was over. The Mandalorian Wars had killed us. And he laughed.
And that is what burns in your heart. And that is why Clan Ordo was reborn. To prove Revan wrong.
No, not Revan.
There you go, so we've received Nihilus mask, which means our maximum force points have been increased to 321. By the time I finish this game, they are up significantly more than that. As it is, now we just got to run off. Fuck it, I may as well show the video of the Ravager blowing up when we escape. I'm kind like that, aren't I? But really the main reason for doing this video is to show that, well, Knights of the Old Republic 2 works fine on Windows 10. You're watching it run. And you know that it is running on Windows 10 because I've just fucking shown it. So where all these people on Steam are saying, oh, it don't work on Windows 10, you know, well, that's clearly bollocks. It's working fine. And here's the proof right in front of you. I mean, I admit, I kept putting off installing Windows 10 because I was still playing this. I'd seen all of this guff about KOTOR 2 doesn't work properly in Windows 10, so I kept putting off installing it. I could have installed it a few days ago, but I didn't. And now it turns out that I waited for no reason whatsoever. It's not exactly a huge deal because Windows 8 is fine, I've got no problem with it, but I do like to keep my computer up to date, so on goes Windows 10. Anyway, let's get out of here. Go. Bye bye to the Ravager. Now I fucked up in my playthrough here because the first time I completed it I found the pet rock. There's actually a Steam achievement if you get it, for what it's worth. Steam achievements don't make fuck all to me. But in this playthrough I couldn't find it. The first time I got it I had no idea what it was
lose
for.
Their lives, like I lost my family in Malachor V.
And Father left me, left us all when he lost all that he loved at Malachor V.
Your ship, my prison, that you dragged from the gravity well at Malachor V.
Wish I'd never met him. Wish I'd died there. But the storms have dragged me down into Malachor V.
We will not surrender. We will not die, like we did on Malachor V.
Your command echoes still, General, and I obey, as I did at Malachor V. Now Malachor V comes to us, and I wish to face it, this last time. You know where you must go. It calls to you still.
And she must be stopped, there, now. Or she will bring the screams of Malachor V to the galaxy, just as we carry the echo all this way.
So anyway, yeah, this is us arriving at Malachor V. So anyway, yeah, I could have got the pet rock, but I didn't. I couldn't find it. You can use that as a lightsaber crystal, which I didn't know when I first found the thing. And here we have Kreia, or Darth Treya as she now is. Ah, big deal, I do that all the time.
It has been some time.
You were a fool to return. I spared you once. I will not do so again.
Spare me? Ah, yes. No, you simply did not learn the lesson I sought to teach. That your strength is as meaningless as the strength of my hand.
Why have you returned?
Because now I understand why the Exile did what he did. There is much to be done.
Darth Sion is certainly a damn sight more challenging than Darth Nihilus. I still defeated him fairly easily, but yeah, he was much tougher than Nihilus. Anyway, with all of these cutscenes almost done, yeah, there's a bit of a fuck up here. It comes up with these other things as well as the spoken
Master,
words.
he is here.
I know.
What is thy bidding, my master?
You are to do nothing. When he arrives, bring him before me.
He will not survive Malachor.
What will you do with him, my master?
You know what I shall do. You, who wear my teachings so well. I will break him. He is a blank slate upon which my teachings may be written, as I intended for you so long ago. Leave me. Await the arrival of the Exile. When he comes, bring him before me.
Oh, anyway, so here I am on Malachor V. So, as I've been trying to say, I haven't found the pet rock. The other thing that I failed to do, and I'm a bit pissed off about it, is I didn't encounter enough of the HK50 units after I realised what the translator unit I had with me did. So, before this point, I should now be HK47 in the droid factory, fucking up the HK50s and fucking up the HK51 production. But because I didn't encounter enough of the HK50s, that bit's been skipped. It turns out that not being able to do that bit has no real relevance to the actual ending of the game. Oh fuck it, I've shown enough spoilers, so, you know, I don't think it's going to do any harm me saying any more. HK47 still destroys Goto, and he still destroys him, you know, easily. It's still all done in a cutscene. It's just, it's a slightly different cutscene to what it would have been if HK47 had destroyed the, you know, the factory where the droids are built. Nevertheless, it is another part of the game. It's a part that I haven't seen for years, because I haven't played the game for quite a while until this playthrough. So, yeah, I'm a bit miffed to have missed that. But, there you go. That is defeating Darth Nihilus and arriving on Malachor V. So there you go, also showing that Knights of the Old Republic 2 works fine on Windows 10. So there you go, that's how satisfied were you with the experience of upgrading to Windows 10? Yeah, it was fine. What can you do to make it better? You could make it shorter, but I think that's asking a bit much. So there you go, so I guess that's the end of this one, and there will be another video of mine at some point. Fuck knows what it will be, but it's coming. So there you go, this is Lucosa saying go away.